For the past decade or so, my friend and my spouse have played a little anime game each season involving drafting which shows we think will rate highest on Mal. Down in the description, I've included a link to a spreadsheet if you want to make a copy and play along as the new season's starting. I also included a copy of our game from the season if you want to make fun of our picks and see who the winner is. It's designed for 3 players, but you can modify it a bit to suit your needs. I'll go over the rules we have now. First and foremost, sequels and spin offs of series that have previous adaptations are not allowed. If it had a 5-minute trailer or a music video that has a listing of Mal, that's fine. Anything more is a no-no. Second, we use Mal, short for My Anime List, but you can use whatever rating site you want to use. It doesn't really matter. You just need to have a site that rates stuff in order to have a fair way to score things. Though, if you want to just have in-depth conversations and debate with your friends and keep scores out of it, you could do that too. This is just for fun. Third, despite the first rule, we have an extra clause. If all the other anime that has ever come out for the series was previously rated 6.25 or lower, you're allowed to pick the new project. Basically, if it's always been garbage but you want to believe in the new project, you're free to believe in it. Why not? And finally, we have rules for how to pick shows. The first time you play, you'll have to come up with a way to decide who gets what pick. I personally like rolling dice. We have balancing rules, which I'll cover in a moment. You can probably ignore for the first time you play, but after that, you can just follow the following rules. We play this with 3 players. You can adjust it, but we do 4 picks overall for each player. There are, 20 decent picks a season anymore, so you could likely expand this to 5 players and keep it at 4 picks, or even a few more and keep it at less. But 3 players is the number we have it at, and thus all the extra scoring options and balancing that we have are based around that. Pick order is fairly simple. The person who did the worst in the previous system picks first, and the person who did the next worst gets the next pick, and so on. So the person who did the best picks last. And then you just continue following that order until everyone picks 4 shows. Now this is where the balancing comes in, because we do end-of-year rankings as well, and we want to try to keep everything nice and close and change up winners a lot. Over the years, we rebalance things this way. Not only does first pick have the advantage of picking the obvious good new show, but of their 4 picks, we only take their 3 highest scoring shows. For the second person, you only take their first 3 picks, but then for the last person, they have all 4 picks count against them, which means their last pick is usually dragging them down. In practice, this has resulted in a decent chunk of first and third just swapping back and forth, but from time to time, second gets in the mix and swaps out, but the end result is usually by the end of the year, numbers are pretty close from it. After you do all your picks, we also found it fun to pick which show you think will be the worst pick of the shows that were chosen, in the same order of the picks. There is nothing to win from this, again, just for fun. And you can pick your own show, but no dupes. You could expand this to all shows if you want, but we found it more fun just to try to guess which was the worst of the shows we picked. And that's it, you just update the scores every so often if you want to keep track of how the scores are changing over the season, or just check at the end of the season if you just want to see who wins. Keep in mind that after a show finishes airing, their scores tend to change quite a bit on a site like Mal, so shows that run longer tend to change more later. But you want to pick your season before it starts airing, so you'll just have to choose a date for a snapshot of your scores to base your picks around. For the end of year rankings, you'll want to go back and update all your scores once more, because there's sometimes a decent change from your last snapshot. My friends and I have been doing this for so long because we find it to be a fun little game. The main reason is it drives us to check out the new anime season and do a little research on the shows we normally wouldn't look into much, and potentially get some stuff on our list to be excited for. So, with this in mind, I'm going to try to pick out a show every week to do a quick look at for the next season, summer in this case. Depending on how long it takes and how reactions are to it, I might be able to do more, but well, there are around 12 weeks between seasons, and it just so happens that with 3 players, the max number of picks you need is, well, 12 for this game. So what's likely going to happen is I'm going to spill my picks to my friends and just end up narrowing down my picks early on, and doing a quick look into them, trying to make a 1 to 3 minute video covering them. That being said, if there's a specific show you want to see covered, I'll leave a comment. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm likely not going to cover anything ecchi or heavily using CGI. If you don't want to miss these videos, the best way to catch them is obviously by subscribing. With that, I hope you just have fun with the little anime game, and if you ever want to discuss anime with me, just hop into my Discord. Link is down in the description. Until next time.